not already, but like I said, we still have plenty of summer fun for you guys to enjoy. And for our last show, Hello, Williamson County. I'm Kerri Hudson, and welcome to It's About You, an informational program about the classes, activities, and special events of the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department. Well, as we sail through summer in Williamson County, the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department has several special events and programs planned to help you enjoy and celebrate everything that is so special about this time of year. Today we'll be talking with Randianne Sears. She's a facility manager at the Longview Recreation Center in Spring Hill about some of our upcoming programs and activities. Randianne, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Kerri.
It's a pleasure to have you here. We have two special events coming up the end of August and 1st of September that you've been involved in both of them. It's kind of unusual for us to have a facility manager come onto the show, but you actually got your roots in the department in the programming division. And when we opened the Longview Recreation Center about almost 6 years ago, you started out as a programmer there, and over the time worked to the position of a facility manager, but you still keep your feet in programming with some of the ongoing things in that facility. So it's perfect to have you here to kind of talk about some of these activities because you are personally involved in them, and one of them is actually taking place in your building.
Yes.
Well, let's start off with the first event. It is your Hawaiian Luau and Family Night at the Longview Recreation Center. Tell us a little bit about what you guys have planned for this.
Well, the Hawaiian Luau Family Night is a brand new, very exciting and authentic event. We've never really gone down this alley before. We've obviously had lots of family nights, but with Hawaiian Luau, we're really tapping into that Polynesian, the island feel, and we're hoping that it's something that families are really looking forward to. You know, it's a perfect time of the year for this, and we just want to be able to offer something for the families right before they get back into that real full swing of school and activities.
And that's, I think, is a perfect location for this as well. The outdoor pool at the Longview Rec Center is such a wonderful amenity, and you've got that huge pool deck, which really lends itself very well to being able to do special events out there. And like you were saying, with this Hawaiian Luau, it's the first time we've done an event with this kind of theme before. So it's really exciting for our staff to plan, hopefully as well as it'll be for the families to come out and participate. But I know the staff at Longview is working on a great family pool party themed event with a barbecue dinner, entertainment with Polynesian dancers, plus swimming, music, contests, and just a lot of things that everyone in the family will enjoy.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, we've really been able to tap into some of our resources there at Longview. We've got a Polynesian dance class already established, and we have worked very closely with the instructor of that class so that we can get some real authentic Polynesian, the dinner, the dance, the entertainment, the games, everything's going to be centered around, you know, Hawaiian theme. So it's very exciting.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I know you guys are working on some cool things for people to do that night. And I wouldn't expect you to give away all your secrets. But, you know, tell us a little bit maybe about what you guys might be doing on the pool deck for some of your decorations, or maybe like what kind of contests or games people might be able to look forward to. Just a few little teasers.
Yeah. Well, we've definitely developed it to be a family event, so all ages are going to be included in this. Like I mentioned, Chris Hendrickson, our Polynesian dance instructor, she has a group of ladies that meet at the rec center every week, and they learn dances, and they're also going to be performing. So we're going to start the night out with some performances by her group, and then we're going to move into some the dinner. Obviously, it's a course dinner. And then games for the family, whether it's, you know, hula dancing, or we're going to have limbo, a lot of beach themed events and activities, and then of course everyone will have pool time as well. So yeah,
always fun at the pool at Longview. Let's talk about the event information itself. This is coming up Saturday, August the 24th.
Right.
Again, it will be at the outdoor pool at the Longview Recreation Center. It's a nighttime family event. It's from 6:30 to 9 p.m. And unfortunately, you do have to close the outdoor pool a little early that day to prepare for the event. So tell us a little bit about how you're going to be doing that.
Yeah, we'll shut the pool down for the public at 4 p.m. and that'll give our staff time to get out there and get everything set up so that we can start letting people in just prior to the event at 6:30. So Unfortunately, we'll have to inconvenience the public just a little bit, but it gives them an opportunity to come and join us for the night.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
You have to think, the pool might close a little bit earlier in the day, but you get to come back and stay later at night if you register for the family night. And night swimming is really one of the best times to swim when it's not so hot and the water's warm. It's been under the sun all day. It's absolutely perfect.
It is, yes. We're very excited.
All right, well, like we keep saying, this is a family night. It is geared for every age of individual in a family, but we do need to note that children under the age of 12 do have to be accompanied with an adult 18 or older.
Exactly.
And also, because it is at the outdoor pool, safety always comes first for us. We do have lifeguards that will be on duty for the event, but that doesn't take place of proper parental supervision for the rest of the kids.
Exactly.
All right. Well, it looks like the cost for the event is going to be set at $6 a person.
That's correct. Yes, 1 and younger, it's free. So be sure to bring those young ones with you.
Absolutely. Well, I know it was something that my young child would enjoy.
Absolutely.
At that age. I mean, even at that young age, kids still love the water.
Oh,
it's always popular. And $6 includes dinner and entertainment for the night, plus your swimming time in the outdoor pool. So really a very great cost for the entire night's entertainment. And I love how you guys are constantly thinking about the families at Longview, because there are a lot of young families in the south end of Williamson County. A barbecue dinner comes with this as part of the theme for the Hawaiian luau, but you guys are also going to be offering a kids meal of a hot dog and macaroni and cheese for the younger ones.
Yeah, what more could they ask for?
It's right up that. It's right up that little that young kids alley. They might not be too stoked about barbecue,
right?
But I don't know a kid yet that's turned down a hot dog and mac and cheese.
Absolutely not.
I know a kid that would ask for it for dinner every night.
Me too.
All right. Well, registration for this event is coming up. It's going to start Monday, August the 5th at 10 a.m. Registration is mandatory for this event.
It is.
Like with most of the special events that you all do, there is a limit for the number of people that can participate, and we do that on our end to make it a successful event for everybody involved. This way we know how much food to plan for in advance. This way we don't get too many people involved, where the families that do register to participate still have the opportunity to enjoy the event and it not get too overcrowded. So again, remember, registration is required, space is limited. Registration begins at 10 a.m. on Monday, August the 5th. To register, you can stop by the front desk at the Longview Recreation Center or call at 302-0971, extension 2210. Couple of little side notes for this. It is an outdoor pool party, but no rafts or floats are allowed for the event. And in the event of inclement weather, because it is an outdoor event and we do live in the Middle Tennessee area, the event will still take place that night. You guys are just going to move it to the gymnasium, is that right?
Exactly. We will move it to the gym and have all of the same activities that we had planned, minus the swimming.
Minus the swimming.
We can come up with other things that'll keep them entertained for sure.
I think so. There's plenty to do in that building.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Also, Chris Hendrickson is going to be demonstrating the a pineapple cutting technique for those that are interested. Yeah, I mean, pineapples are always a hard thing for me to cut, so I'm interested to see how that's going to go.
I'd be interested to know that as well, because when I do it, I just usually go ahead and buy the ones that are already peeled and sliced.
It seems very difficult for me.
It kind of does. It's a little daunting.
Yes.
Yeah, and my daughter loves them in the grocery store. Like, they are just the most interesting things to her, and she's always trying to reach out for them as we, like, push the cart, past them in the produce section. I'm like, no, baby, Mama can't do that. But maybe if I went to the family night in Longview, I'd be able to properly, authentically prepare a pineapple.
Absolutely. Something for everyone.
Yeah, a little something different. You don't get to see that all the time.
No, you don't. You don't. So I would encourage everyone to sign up for this. It's going to be a great, exciting night.
Lots of fun, something for everybody to enjoy. I mean, like you said, I love the timing of this. It's kind of, it's the end of the summer. The weather will still probably be very great for this. The weather's still warm and all that kind of stuff. And it's just right before everything seems to hit. The kids will be back in school already, but, before ball practice gets to be too much, or, whatever activities that you guys are involved in, during the after school hours or on the weekends or things like that. Hopefully this catches you. It's that weekend before Labor Day, so kind of maybe one of those last calm weekends before you really get into the fall and the storm kind of hits.
Exactly. I know just from the department-wise, our fall activities just, we have quite an extensive list of things that go on in the fall. So I can't imagine for these young families and all the children and the activities that they're involved in. So yeah, I think this would be a last opportunity for a lot of families to just kind of have one of those cruise through the weekend and then buckle down and get ready for all the fall stuff.
Kind of close out your summer.
Yeah.
Get ready for the next thing to come.
Yes.
Well, like with all of our special events, we do have some wonderful community sponsors that we need to thank for helping to make this event possible. For the Hawaiian Luau Family Night, we want to thank our sponsors Elite Physical Therapy, the Children's Academy, and Sport Clips. And we also want to give a big thanks to Chris Hendrickson, our Polynesian dance instructor at Longview. She's been with us pretty much since we opened that building, offering her Polynesian dance classes. But like you were saying earlier, her input and her assistance have really helped us with this event, getting it organized and getting some of the activities and demonstrations and things like that planned. Chris does offer monthly Polynesian dance lessons at the Longview Recreation Center. They are offered to individuals ages 8 and up, so it is a family-appropriate class as well. Classes meet on Wednesday evenings from 5:15 to 6 p.m. for beginners and from 6 to 7 p.m. for intermediate students. The cost is $25 for a 4-week session with a $5 registration fee, and Chris is very family-minded and offers a reduced cost of $20 for each additional family member taking the class. If you would like more information about her class or any of the other ongoing programs at the Longview Recreation Center, you can drop by the facility to pick up a free monthly newsletter or class flyer, or you could also visit our website at wcparksandrec.com. All right, well, we have other events to talk about as well, but we're going to take a quick break. Y'all stay tuned. When we come back, we'll be talking about more upcoming special events with the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department.
Have you recently moved to our school system and your child is nervous about making friends at his new school? It can be tough to adjust to a new school, but you can help your child make new friends by teaching him some simple strategies just for joining a group. First of all, teach your child to watch the group and notice what they're doing before trying to join in. Make sure he understands how important it is to watch his own body language and to be sure that he is open and friendly and approachable. Also, you can teach him to think ahead and plan what he's going to say. Help him understand that it's a good idea to ask to join the group and not just stand off to the side and wait for them to ask him. He can find common interests to talk about by asking questions that encourage other children to talk about things that interest them. And finally, it's very important to teach your child to look others in the eye when he is speaking to them, because it is such a sign of respect. Helping your child with these social skills will help him make those great friends that will last him a lifetime. And by the way, if you're new to Williamson County, welcome. You've moved to a great place where you and your child can make some lifetime friends. Remember, stay connected. You're the vital link in your child's school success. I'm Joan Tidwell, and this is Parent Connection.
Welcome back to It's About You. We're talking today about some upcoming special events with the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department with Randianne Sears from the Longview Recreation Center. For the first half of the show, we were talking about the Hawaiian Luau Family Night that is coming up at Longview on August the 24th. And then just 2 weeks after that, you are actually coordinating an event for the department, our second annual Half Pint Triathlon.
That's right.
This is really a very exciting event. Until we offered the first one last year, I had no idea how popular youth triathlons really are.
Yeah, it's taken off, definitely. Across the nation, it is the biggest trend right now. So.
And it's very exciting to see. I know last year one of our coworkers' sons entered, and it was one of those things where like, well, I'm not even sure if he can do this. And he excelled at it.
Absolutely.
You know, and you're like, wow, well, these kids really can do all this stuff, you know. And because you think about a triathlon as being a very physically aggressive kind of event where you're swimming, you're running, you're bicycling, you know, and you're like, Can little kids really do that? Well, little kids probably have more energy than we do.
Yes.
Yes, they really can.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they really can. Tell us a little bit about how you kind of came up with the idea for this event. I know the department's done the Mighty Tikes Triathlon for several years, which is kind of meant for younger preschool age children. Half Pint's kind of that next step up, right?
It is. Yeah, it's for ages 8 to 12, and it's that age group where the kids they've excelled enough in their sports that they're really looking for some competition. They don't want to just, compete just to compete. They want to get in there and they want to compete against other ones and really excel. So it was a collaboration of really a lot of divisions in the department that we worked together so that we could coordinate, the staff that could help us with the swimming and then transitioning to biking and running. It's just a great event, and these kids they're hungry for that challenge, and it's so exciting to see.
Yeah, because it really is like an adult triathlon. I mean,
Absolutely.
you all actually do set up, courses where they run, where they bike, where they swim, where they have the transition areas,
Right.
just like they do for adult triathlons. We'll talk about like how some of these are broken down because the distances aren't all the same
Right.
as what adults do, of course. But this is kind of a real-world approach to a traditional triathlon with just a few physical modifications made for children between the ages of 8 to 12.
Right.
But I love the kind of underlying lesson with this triathlon. I mean,
Right.
yes, it's all about kids wanting to compete and excel and push themselves physically, and see what they're capable of and
Right.
being able to accomplish a goal of doing a triathlon. But it's also setting up those building blocks for a very healthy life.
Right.
And a part of that does include regular exercise, and that's kind of what a lot of these events help introduce to kids.
Absolutely, it does. And we want to give that opportunity to the kids these age because we want them to grow up with that, establish it very young, and it will continue through their adulthood. So.
Exactly. Well, tell us a little bit about what you have planned for this event. Kind of explain the course, the setup, and kind of what the kids will be doing. With children ages 8 to 12, it's only a 4-year difference, but it's a huge difference in terms of size and their physical abilities. So
It is.
tell us a little bit about how you kind of
Sure.
separate those.
Yeah, I've got, the event is divided into 2 age divisions. We've got the juniors, which is the 8 and 9-year-olds. They do a little bit more modified courses. So in their swim, they're doing 50 meters, which is a down and back. They will transition then from swimming into the biking. So they go to their transition area, they'll mount their bikes, and then they will bike a 1.5 mile loop, which is it's a good stepping stone for these young kids. It's kind of just a beginner's triathlon. It gives them an idea of how to build one type of exercise on top of another on top of another. So after they complete their bike, they'll transition back, and then they'll finish with their run, which is a little more difficult to transition from bike to run.
And it's a half-mile run for this age
It is a
group.
half-mile run for this age group, yeah. So it gives them an opportunity to really see what it's like and, to know if they have an interest in continuing. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then for your older kids, you have a seniors division
We
for
do.
ages 10 to 12.
We do. We have a seniors division. Again, they'll transition the exact same way. So the swim will be a little bit longer in length. It's 100 meters. Transition to bike, which is 3 miles, and then to the last part of the race, which is the 1 mile run.
Yeah.
So
So at least for each age, you're getting them progressively, more advanced in those skills and
Right.
really giving them the opportunity to push themselves
right.
with what they're doing. And then for every child attending the event, they do race at the age they are on that date.
On that date, that
Yep.
is correct. Yeah, we ask that we stay true to their age divisions, just because, like you mentioned, there may not be a lot of year span in between that 8 and 12-year-old, but there's a lot of difference in development. So we really want to make sure that it's appropriate for each age. So.
Right. And every participant is required to bring a bicycle, a helmet, as well as their appropriate clothing for
Right.
each section of the race. So
Right.
swimming attire, bicycle attire, and then running attire, proper running shoes,
Right.
all those kinds of things.
Yeah, we definitely encourage, the safety aspect of it all. Have to have all of the proper gear for each of the athletic events. So definitely encourage that, or else they won't be able to participate.
Yeah. And then kind of like its predecessor, like the Mighty Tikes Triathlon, every participant in the half-pipe triathlon does receive a triathlon medal and a T-shirt for the event.
They do. It's a lot of the time that's what the kids are really looking forward to, you know, is that
That's
finisher's medal.
People,
and the shirt is, you know.
The shirt's pretty key.
It is.
I know people who have registered for races for the shirt.
Absolutely.
Just the shirt.
I won't deny that.
Yeah.
I myself have. So it's exciting for them. It's something that they can, you know, have as memorabilia. You know, they can wear it for a couple years. And, you know, a lot of the latest trend is making the quilts out of their race shirts. So, you know, you never know.
Can start them young.
Yeah,
they'll be able to make a king-size quilt by the time they get finished.
Absolutely.
And then your top overall boy and girl finishers in each division will also receive an award as well, because like you said, you know, this is about physical competition.
Right. Yeah. So we're seeking sponsorships right now. We've got a few sponsors on the table, and they usually donate those finishing prizes for us, which is fantastic for both the department and for the kids. So it's exciting.
Awesome. Well, let's talk about the event information.
Okay.
Our
Yes.
second annual half-pipe triathlon is coming up Saturday, September the 7th. It'll be held at the Franklin Recreation Complex, which really is laid out perfectly for this event.
It is.
You all do all your swimming at the outdoor pool there, and it has the perfect setup for a transition area to the walking trail where you can do your bicycling and your running.
Right.
And yeah, just the natural inclination for the setup there really does lend
Absolutely.
itself very, very well for this event. Like we mentioned earlier, this is an event for ages 8 to 12 years old. Boys and girls are welcome. Let's see, registration is required for this event as well. And we do ask that you register in advance. We'll be taking registration until the event is full or until Tuesday, September 3rd.
Correct.
Kind of whichever comes first. And you're taking up to 100, is that right?
Up to 100, yes. So it's a
Great.
little bit smaller event, but it's, you know, it's a good starting event for a lot of these triathletes. So.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, well, again, remember the actual triathlon is Saturday, September the 7th. Let's see, you guys have packet pickup the afternoon prior to that.
That's
on
correct.
Friday, September the 6th from 3 to 7 p.m. at the Franklin Recreation Complex. Check-in starts at 6 a.m. race day morning, where there's a transition meeting at 7, and then your races start at 7:30.
That's correct.
So this really is like a traditional adult
It is.
event where you have your packet pickup beforehand. You know, you have your check-in the morning of with the transition meeting on how you'll be going from one section to the next to the next.
Right.
So this really does give kids that kind of real-world opportunity and real-life experience in participating in a triathlon.
Right.
It's a lot of fun.
It
I
is a
love
lot
this.
of fun. Yes.
This will be great. Cost is $20 per participant. And then, like we said, advanced registration is required. Again, space is limited to the first 100 athletes. Registration will be accepted on a first-come, first-served basis until the program is full, or through Tuesday, September the 3rd. And real quick, tell people how they can get more information about this event or how they can register for it.
Sure. All of our information, registrations are all online at wcparksandrec.com. We also have additional training tips, things that you might want to know beforehand, just basic information for a triathlon, also posted online. Registrations are also available at any of our indoor facilities, or you can get them just by emailing me at randianne@williamson-tn.org, and I'll be able to answer any questions that anyone might have. Or you can give me a call at 615-302-0971, extension 2213. So.
And talking about those training tips, you do
Yes.
have some advanced training sessions that you'll be offering prior to race day.
We do, yes.
You have a couple of those scheduled through the month of August. They're all on Thursday evenings, starting at 6:30 p.m. August 1st, you have a swim, bike, and run session at the Indoor Sports Complex in Brentwood. August 8th, there's a bike and run training session at the Franklin Recreation Complex. August 15th, there's a swimming training session at the Longview Recreation Center at Spring Hill. August 29th, there is another swimming training session at the Fairview Recreation Complex. And then Thursday, September the 5th, we have a race simulation that'll take place at the Franklin Recreation Complex. Each of these training sessions is $5 per participant. Again, they all begin at 6:30 p.m. And if you would like to register for one or all of them, you can contact Randianne Sears at 302-0971, extension 2213. And real quick, I think it's great that you're doing these, but I think it's also equally as wonderful that you're spreading them out across the county,
Right.
giving people all an opportunity to participate, or to do training that maybe is closer to them in their weekday schedule,
Right.
and things like that.
Right. The training sessions are important, especially for those that, really the young athletes that have no idea what they're getting into. They like to swim, they like to bike, they like to run, but putting all three of those things together can be a little bit challenging. So we're giving them the opportunity where they can practice those skills. And it is important that we offer them at all of our locations. Because we are a county department, so we want to take advantage of all of the facilities that we have throughout the county and meet the needs of the community. So
Throughout the county.
absolutely,
Yes. And also need to give special thanks to our sponsors for
Right.
this event as well. I know you mentioned earlier that you are still accepting sponsorships
We
for
are.
this event, but at this time we want to go ahead and thank Race Day Events, Whole Foods, and ASAP Awards. If there is maybe someone out there who would like more information about sponsorship for Half Pint Triathlon, can they just contact you directly?
absolutely. Please contact me. I would be happy to speak with you.
Great. All right. Well, again, remember, guys, we've got the Hawaiian Luau Family Night coming up at the Longview Recreation Center on Saturday, August the 24th. And then Randianne's Half Pint Triathlon will be held at the Franklin Recreation Complex on Saturday, September the 7th. Information about both of these events, plus all of our ongoing department programming, can be found on our website at wcparksandrec.com, or again, you can visit any Williamson County Parks and Recreation indoor facility for a free monthly newsletter or event flyers. Randianne, I just want to take a real quick second to thank you for joining us today. It's been a pleasure to have you back here.
Thanks for having me, Kerri. I appreciate it.
Well, before we close today, I want to remind you all about some other programs that the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department has coming up. You can visit our department booth at the Williamson County Fair, August 2nd through 10th at the Williamson County Ag Expo Park. Pick up a monthly newsletter, visit with our staff, and find out about all the great amenities and activities that we have to offer. Registration for our fall sessions of Rhythm and Spirit, cheer, dance, and tumbling classes continues this weekend at the Franklin Recreation Complex and the Longview Recreation Center at Spring Hill. Open houses will be Saturday, August the 3rd from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can register for any of our fall classes at this event. And then registration information is also available for this program through our athletics website at wcprathletics.org. Also want to remind you all about the change in our outdoor pool schedules. Beginning Friday, August the 9th, our outdoor pool hours will change. Pools will only be open weekends, Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sundays from 1 to 6 p.m. through our outdoor swim season, which ends Sunday, September 1st. And then finally, the Williamson County Community Band will be performing a free concert at the Brentwood Public Library on Sunday, August the 18th at 3 p.m. Join us for a delightful afternoon of live music featuring marches, concert pieces, and jazz. This is just a sample of all of the great programming that the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department has lined up for the next couple of weeks. If you would like more information about all of our programs or would like to view our next month's newsletter, you can do so again by visiting our website at wcparksandrec.com. I want to thank you guys for joining us for today's show. We'll see you next time. And until then, remember, Williamson County, it's all about you.